Hey everybody, it's Alec here and welcome back to this next video. I'm really excited about this one, and this is going to be all about how to create an entrepreneur community wherever you are from scratch as a way to get clients for your business. So if you just move to a new city and you're just like, hey, I want to meet more entrepreneurs, I want to connect with more business owners as a way to build incredible connections and also grow my client base, this is for you. Or if you've already been in your city for a period of time, could even be several years, your whole life, but you're like, hey, I want to better put myself out there and market myself as a way to get clients for your business, this video is also for you. Or maybe there's just a brand new place that you want to build a community in that's not in your hometown, that you think, hey, it'd be cool if I met a lot of people in this state or this country. How can I do that? How can I create a stage for myself? How can I make a ton of incredible connections in a short amount of time, even in a city where nobody knows me? This video is for you too. However, I suspect that most of you watching this have lived where you are for a period of time and just want to better put yourself out there and market yourself as the leader that you are, as a way to grow community, meet awesome people, and ultimately get more clients for your business. I moved to Orange County a few years ago, which is pretty much right in the middle of LA and San Diego. And I didn't know anybody. I needed to grow my business at the time. So I turned to events and these specific strategies as a way to do it. My first event, I sold over 100 tickets. It was a great outcome. And since then, I've been doing events on a regular basis to get clients and grow my business. After the first 7 or 8 events, I was like, yo, I have a system that works extremely well. I'm gonna help other people do the exact same thing wherever they live, whether they also live where I do, and we're gonna create a community for their niche and market, or they wanna just do what I've done and build an entrepreneur community in another state. I've done it for plenty of people. These results work everywhere. So I'm excited to further talk about it. This is a Notion document right here. It's called How I Turn Every $1 into 10, the local client getting events. There is an amazing video, if you haven't watched it yet, that goes into a lot of detail on how these strategies work. If you haven't seen it yet, go to the link in my bio and check it out. It's about 40 minutes long, but it really breaks down these strategies in very fine detail so you know exactly how it works. The purpose of this video is to make a shorter version of that. And also, this video was made over a year ago. I want to give you my 2025 fresh takes on what has happened over the last year since working with more people on this. I'm gonna make this video not an hour long, so I'm gonna breeze through this a bit. However, there's videos that on this YouTube channel that break down a lot of these things in finer detail. Make sure that after you watch this video, you check out this one, because there's a lot of great stuff in here that I'm not gonna spend as much time on in this video. I just like the topic of this video, how to build an entrepreneur community from scratch. Let's talk about who is a great candidate for doing these events. So you're a coach, consultant, or agency owner. You're somebody that sells high ticket services, because yeah, you'll make money from ticket sales, maybe some sponsors, but the real ROI comes from getting that $5,000 client, that $10,000 client. Outside of just all the connections that you'll meet, that money that you'll get from getting new clients is really what makes this very motivating and sustainable long term, because events don't take a ton of time or a ton of money in the way that we do them in the system that I've designed, but it still does take up time in your schedule and a budget, and be able to get those high ticket clients is what really makes this magical and makes you want to do it on a repeatable basis so that you can grow your personal brand in an expedited amount of time and make this more than worth it. And yeah, you gotta be a people person. Like if you're either not an extrovert or an extroverted introvert, maybe this isn't for you. This is for people that wanna put themselves out there because they know they need to grow their business, they want to, it's exciting for them. That's the best candidate for this model. And also social media, because a lot of this revolves around social media itself. So if you're not on social media, you gotta get on social media. And I'm gonna go through this whole strategy as you go through this video, if you really like what you see and you're like, hey, I really want to do this for myself, however, I want to make sure I do it correctly the first time and I succeed as fast as I can, that's something we can potentially work on together, because everything that I talk about this video, I specifically work on with my clients to help them succeed faster. If that's something they're interested in, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, this video is going to provide a ton of value to you regardless. So quick backstory, I come from an advertising agency background. In late 2022, I moved to Irvine, California, and I didn't know anybody, and I really wanted to grow that advertising business because I needed to, because I started a couple other businesses prior that failed. So I was coming back to my advertising business and, hey, I need to meet new people. That's where really the inspiration around this whole thing came from. I'm my own testimony to how well this works. Because I've sold over 1,000 tickets to my events. For every 10,000 I spent on ads, it's made me 100K in return based on all the clients I've gotten from it. After 7 or 8 events, I was like, hey, this works really well. I can help other people do the same exact thing. So that's what I've been doing ever since, is helping coaches, consultants, and agencies implement the same system. And here's some photos of all of my events that I've been doing. I've done events in Orange County. I also use these strategies to do great events in San Diego and Hawaii. I've worked with a lot of people in other states to do events, but I've also done events in several different areas myself. If I were to go through a new area that I was going to be spending considerable time in or wanted to, I would replicate what I've done here in other places, and it's worked. Okay, so we talked about the local community funnel. What is the model? It comes down to clarity, craft, and conversion. We want to have clarity in the brand of our events. We want to craft them to be streamlined and profitable, and we want to make sure that we're able to convert a certain amount of attendees into taking it to the next step and working with us to become a client. So when you think about how am I going to build a community, what am I going to say? The brand of your events community should be designed specifically to bring together the types of people that you'd like to work with. So who do you specifically want to work with? That's the most straightforward answer. Do you work with a more niche audience or a broader spectrum of entrepreneurs? When I was building my advertising agency, I was working with all kinds of people. I had all different kinds of offers. And for that reason, it made a lot of sense to market to a broad range of people. Like if you're an entrepreneur, come to my events. Because oftentimes, a lot of those entrepreneurs would have certain problems that I could solve. However, if you work with a very specific kind of person, then you want to build your community around those kinds of people. It could be specific gender, or occupation, or interests, or that sort of thing, which we'll get into. And yeah, people, when you think about, why would people want to join my community? Well, people want to network. People want to grow their business. People want to be around like-minded people. So if you can pitch that you're going to bring like-minded people together, that's a super strong value proposition in your advertising, and the fact that they can expand their knowledge and learn new things. So those are the two main things. If you have an ad that can say, hey, you're going to be able to meet like-minded people and become smarter and more intelligent, that's a huge value proposition. The primary aim when marketing is to pitch a community, grow that community, get people in the room, and then pitch your services and show the value that you can provide to them. I'm going to give you a couple client examples. Brian sells coaching to help e-commerce brand owners build their business. So for him, since he specifically works with people in e-commerce, we built an e-commerce focused community, which worked really well. E-commerce is a big industry. There's a lot of people that do e-commerce, so that wasn't a challenge. Tia, for example, dermatologist and skincare consultant who specializes in offering personalized consulting. With beauty comes primarily women, so we helped her build a female entrepreneur community who have an interest in beauty and wellness. So it's like, hey, we get a bunch of female entrepreneurs in the room, and those people also have an interest in beauty, then Tia can sell her skincare services to them pretty successfully, and she had done that really well. Both of these people had a lot of success. I sell coaching consulting to help people generate clients from local events. So although that is a very specific thing, I still market my events to all entrepreneurs. When I started my events community, I was selling everything to everyone, so naturally all kinds of entrepreneurs came through the door, and I wanted to keep the branding that way. I could create a community specifically for business coaches and consultants and specific agencies, But if I create a broad community of entrepreneurs, I'm naturally going to attract a lot of those kinds of people anyway. So for me, it just makes sense of continuing to keep things broad, but I have done more niche focused events as well. If you want to further niche down your audience, you can go by occupation, gender, race, or ethnicity. It depends on what you want. Or just do none of that at all and just attract all entrepreneurs. I would specifically build an entrepreneur community because entrepreneurs, as opposed to people that have 9-to-5 jobs, are gonna be more likely to come to networking events since they have an incentive to meet people. And also they're gonna be more likely to invest in themselves. Even if you don't work only with entrepreneurs, I would still build an entrepreneur community and serve entrepreneurs if you can. However, depending on what you sell is going to be, how you're going to become more niche with that entrepreneur crowd. You could just market to all entrepreneurs, or you could market to female entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs that are Christian, entrepreneurs that are Jewish, entrepreneurs that are in e-commerce, entrepreneurs that are into coaching, consulting. That all kind of depends. Like I said, I'm not going to go into too much detail in this video because I don't want this to be an hour long. But yeah, you also want to emphasize the values of opportunity, community, and connection, personal growth. This is how you really attract really cool people to your events. So yeah, if you want to make this, this is going to be dependent on the types of people you want to bring to your event and your target audience. But I think all communities should emphasize these values. Question to ask yourself: who are the types of people I would find most value in meeting? Does it make sense to target a specific audience? And if so, then who? Which values will I lean into as part of my message? Moving on, we want our events to be profitable because we want this to be sustainable long term and also easy to do, easy to repeat. You want to be able to do this every single month. If you can do events every single month, that's going to build your brand much faster because you have that level of consistency. So, and that really comes down to two things: powerful marketing, being able to fill the room, which will maximize ticket revenue and opportunities to get high quality clients, and lean event planning, being cost effective to increase our own margins and keeping execution simple to minimize stress. To sell lots of tickets, you need to first build an audience with an engaging social media ad that's advertised locally, promoting your community. These ads would be on Instagram and Facebook. However, I've tested TikTok as well. So like, this is my community ad in Los Angeles, for example. If you are an entrepreneur that's looking to grow your network, meet like-minded people, and expand your knowledge, then you've got to sign up for my events list. I'm hosting really great events in Los Angeles all about marketing, brand building, and other business-related topics that you're not going to find anywhere else. These events attract a really solid crowd of entrepreneurs, and being a part of this community is going to allow you to create more opportunities in all areas of your life. All you got to do is go to the website, submit your contact information, and I'll let you know as soon as the next events are happening. Talk to you soon. See you soon. So I'm not marketing any specific event in this ad. I am creating demand. I am building an email list. That's what a lot of people get wrong when marketing their events. They want to just drive traffic to a specific Eventbrite page or whatever you're hosting events on. With this strategy, we're building an email list. We're getting hundreds of people to say, hey, I want to be notified of when this person is launching their events next. And that person being you, of course. And those emails turn into ticket sales, which we'll get into. But here's a few more examples. This is Brian, the e-commerce coach I was talking about.
There's people living in Southern California. If you're looking to grow your network,
he's specifically focused on e-commerce, but very similar strategy.
Work of like-minded people and expand your knowledge in e-commerce, brand building, drop shipping, or even Amazon, you're going to want to sign up to my events list. I host events in Southern California.
Just building an email list of people that are interested in events. Now we're going to go to Tia's ads. The female entrepreneurs.
Orange County ladies, are you an entrepreneur that's passionate about health and wellness, building your network, and growing as a business owner? Our community is here to help you make that happen. Through our events, you'll be able to build relationships with other ladies who are building their business while learning how.
Similar format, right? Building that contact list, but hers is focused on female entrepreneurs who are interested in beauty and wellness, since she sells skincare services.
To better our own health and wellness to live a fuller.
But she's not talking about her services. She's just creating a community of the types of people that she would like to meet. Then we're going to go to Kayla, who basically I helped her do what I've done, but in Dallas.
What's up, Dallas? Are you an entrepreneur looking to network with fellow business owners, educate yourself on the latest business strategies, and stay connected to the top voices in the industry? The Dallas Startup Club is here to help you make that happen. Through our events, you'll be able to expand your horizon and get in the room with the people who will help you move the needle forward in your business.
Again, very similar strategy as everybody else. Pick the types of people, choose a target audience that you want to go after, and just create an ad, building demand for future events. After they click on the ad, they're taken to a landing page. Take them directly to a landing page where they're going to submit their contact information. This is how you end up getting hundreds of emails. This is going to grow your email list. Because we also have phone right in here, it's going to grow your SMS list, and it's also going to grow your Instagram following as well. Because you're running these ads a lot of the time on Instagram. If you get 500 email contacts, you're also going to get 500 local followers. So it just grows everything, and you're establishing yourself as a community builder. So basically, the point of these ads is they work so well in helping you generate tickets and clients that you never want to turn them off. They just continue to build your contact base every single day. So you constantly have this ad running for however many months, and then when you have a new monthly event, you just promote to your growing list of people. By the time you promote, it's great to have 300 to 600 contacts built from the event community ads. These ads that I just showed you, which takes about 30 to 45 days. However, if you don't have that many contacts, that's okay. Promotion is pretty simple. You're gonna create an Eventbrite page, which is how you're gonna sell tickets, or any other ticketing platform. I just prefer Eventbrite, it works well. An Instagram reel specifically talking about that event, an event flyer, just like a digital PDF of it, email promotion, text message promotion. So let's say your event is on May 22nd. I like promoting my events 10 to 14 days out in most cases. So let's say 14 days out, you're gonna send an email to your list talking about your event. You're gonna text them saying your event is happening. And you're also gonna put an Instagram reel out promoting that specific event. And then you're emailing this list 3, 4, 5 times leading up to your event. Those emails will convert into ticket sales. And also the text messages saying, hey, we have an event coming up. Go to this link to sign up. So basically, leading up to this, we've built this contact list, and now we have an event set up, like a specific date, so we're just promoting to that list that wanted to be notified of our future events, and that's why it converts into ticket sales. So we're going to continue to move on here. Lean event planning. What should an event really look like? It should be simple and straightforward. It only took me a couple hours to plan this event right here, because what do you really need for an event? A venue, food and beverages, camera person, and an assistant. And there's another video on this channel talking about how I make my events really simple. I'll put that link right up here, which goes into more detail. I'm able to do these events like clockwork because they're just easy to put together. I had a venue partnership here. I had the food and beverages on lock. Use the same person I did before. Have my camera person, have my assistant. So these events are really easy to put together, generally. In the beginning, it takes a little bit more time. You gotta find a venue and all that. But once you have these 4 things established, it's really easy to do these every single month. So running an event, so what's gonna actually happen at my event? So there's 3 main event styles that I recommend. One is where you're just bringing everybody to network. This is how I started out. At my events, all there was networking, and that was fine. At some point in the middle of the event, you'll get up on stage and promote yourself and sell your services. These events just run themselves because when we talk about like-minded people, all these people have strong values, you're excited about your event, and they all paid to be at the event. All these events are paid. All right, there's another video about why free events aren't the way to go. But anyway, all these events are paid. So when a bunch of like-minded people have paid to be in the same room with each other, events really run themselves. It's pretty easy to do. However, as a way to build trust with your target audience a little bit more, I recommend that people have value presentations. If you're a business coach, for example, give a presentation in the middle, or if you're a consultant, whatever your area of expertise is, do a presentation somewhere in the middle of the night as a way to further build trust with the audience around what you do as a way to helping people, grow in business and in life, and then afterwards pitch your services. And sometimes that can work well to do a presentation before you pitch your services, like a real value-driven presentation, because it builds more trust and credibility with your audience. It shows them that you really know what you're talking about. Event style 3 is networking with a panel discussion. Same general concept as the above, but you'll be leading a panel discussion with other speakers. I don't recommend this style in most cases because the emphasis is less on you specifically. And it also just takes more work to find speakers and it's more complicated. So anyway, if you get a bunch of your target audience in a room, you could either just have networking the entire night from 6 to 9 p.m. and then give a 15-minute presentation somewhere in the middle, just talking about the community, then pitching your services, or you can give like a bigger presentation, like 30 minutes around a certain topic that you help people with, and then pitch your services afterwards. Afterwards, a lot of your ticket sales will cover the advertising costs, and once you get clients from your events, that more than outweighs everything. So we're gonna go down to conversion. Client conversion is our ultimate goal. So initial profits from events are nice, but the real value lies in transforming the right attendees and followers into committed clients. Having thousands of email contacts, a growing Instagram following, and steady ticket sales is fantastic, but really being able to convert this audience into great clients is where the gold lies, and it's gonna be what motivates you to continue doing events month after month. So what I recommend is having some kind of call to action at your events, which is going to be a lot of the time like a paid strategy session. So let's say you're a business coach, an agency owner, or a consultant that helps with something specific in their business. Pitch a paid strategy session. Say, hey, if you want help doing X, Y, Z, normally my time is hundreds of dollars an hour, but because you attended this event tonight, it's only $99. So people are paying you $100 for a strategy session, which is essentially like a sales call, especially since a lot of these people that do want that help and are willing to pay for it are in the mindset of investing in themselves. Sell them on a paid consultation or a low ticket offer, and then sell them on your high ticket package afterwards. There's another video that goes into this in a lot more detail called the best offers to pitch at your networking events to sign high ticket clients. So there's a lot of other things that you could sell. You could just sell a digital product. You could sell a membership community, like a monthly membership community where people get free access to your events, weekly Q&A calls. If you already have a membership community set up, this is great lead gen for that. There is another video that talks all about that in greater detail, which I'll link up here and in the description below. Since you have hundreds, if not thousands of email contacts, you can not just sell at your events, but you can talk about your services to your email list in between your event promotional cycles. You can send them to your YouTube channel to help you grow your YouTube channel and get more views and watch time, to build further trust with them. You can ask them to DM you for a free resource. If you just came out with a new lead magnet or some new value-driven PDF, you can email your list saying, hey, if you want this, DM me. Keeping in touch with your email database outside of events and further showing your expertise is a great way to further build trust with them. That's pretty much all of the main ideas I want to go into in this video. Again, if you're interested in getting hands-on support to help you like implement this like better and get faster results, I've been doing this for years now. I've worked with a lot of people to help them replicate this level of success for their own business. So if you're interested in that, just message me on Instagram or you could email me. For this video, I wanted to provide as much value as I possibly could here. Again, there's a lot of other videos, so click around that go into these certain areas, like certain specific areas that I've spoken about here, but in more depth that I've mentioned. But that's about it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching.